Well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Boo Shakalaka podcast. I am Tiffany, and I'm joined with my co-host Pierre.
Hi everybody, how you doing?
All right. So this week we are going to talk about season 1, episode 2 of Goosebumps. This episode is called The Haunted Mask. And so before I went and watched this episode, I went back and watched the OG Goosebumps episode of The Haunted Mask with Carly. I think what her name was Carly Ray. It's pretty much the same story, except for her mask was very, very freaky, very scary. But it's got the same parallels as the new season. So I kind of like that they're still working together with what was there before, and they're not really changing R.L. Stein's, masterpiece of
Where'd you
writing.
watch
Does
the old episode?
don't get me lying. It's actually on streaming somewhere. I want to say it's on Netflix or Hulu or Freevee or Tubi
Okay,
or
never mind. Never mind. Never mind. It's out there.
it's on one of them, and it's definitely available for streaming. So I recommend that anybody that listens to these episodes, before you listen to ours, go back and watch the original, then go watch the Hulu series, then come back and listen to us. But make sure you come back and listen to us because you should.
Yeah, we need those HelloFresh. we need we need that money. Please come back and listen to us.
HelloFresh, yes. Just use the code BooShakalaka for 10% off your order.
Yeah, because I
Wow.
totally use HelloFresh. When I'm cooking for my kids, I don't want to come home and make a full meal, but HelloFresh comes with everything you need. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get the sponsor money.
Well, until then, we got to work.
We start this episode finding out who the troll is, and who it is discovered that it's Isabella. So she's typical invisible girl in high school, and how she compensates for that is being an online troll to everyone in her class. So we see her literally waking up, making fun of people in the hallways, just basically being, uh, agent of chaos. And we're also introduced to her little
Wait,
brother Alan, who
did you say
what?
Asian of chaos or agent?
Wow. Agent. Okay,
Okay,
hold on.
thank you. I was about to say you tried to get us
Can we
canceled
not
really early
cancel?
on.
Oh, so we basically discover Isabella is the agent of chaos, agent of chaos at her high school. We also get introduced to her little brother Alan, who's he kind of reminds me of like the Tatum Riley of scary movies. Like he's like 10, but he's like sassy, and he's like he knows more about high school than his big sister. Like he's just like in the know, very quick witted. I love that trope with little siblings and their older sibling being like the dumb one. It kind of reminds me of Stranger Things.
Before you continue, I didn't know that Tatum Riley was in the Scary Movie.
Tatum Riley was in Scream. I meant the Tatum Riley trope in scary movies where like the best friend is cool and fearless and all that. You can go to hell.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so the brother, actually convinces her to go to the party before she even cancels it, which is kind of weird. Like, how does the brother know about the party? How is he in the loop of this high school when he's like
Well,
10 years
he
old?
knew that she trolled and got it canceled. That's the thing. It's like, so they're apparently really close because I'm just like, I don't know. The fact that your little brother is smarter than you is just really weird to me.
He has more sympathy than she does too, because just because people are ignoring you doesn't mean that they have a problem with you. It just means that they just don't want to be bothered.
Right. And then she's like the tech nerd at school. It can be a twofold thing. You can isolate yourself sometimes as well. And then she tries to talk to people like, we see Margot in the conversation, and we see Margot in the hallway, not in the conversation, having a conversation with her dad. And like, she just
Mhm.
random like, hey, Margot, you okay? Like, girl, I don't know you. Like, you have to build relationships, high school students, before you just walk up to random people and think they're gonna spill their guts to you.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, people know her face, but they don't know her name as Isaiah.
He
Later
can
on in
go
the
to hell,
episode.
Susan.
Whoa. So Isabella cancels Allison's party, but as you know, as in episode 1, Isaiah finds out we can go to the old Biddle home and we can actually have the party out of there. So Isabella makes it to the party and hides out, and while she's hiding out at this live party, she hears her name being whispered. So how the hell is she hearing her name being whispered when there's like jamming music playing top 40, over the Beats speaker that Isaiah brought and sat in the living room?
We're gonna just chalk it up to supernatural powers.
Ah, supernatural power means the volume is turned to 50.
Okay. And so she finds the ugliest mask I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my
I
God.
do want to rewatch the episode you're talking about because that mask is terrible. Like,
No, so the mask in the original episode, it looks like a old man goblin. So it's very, very scary looking. And then like the voice changes in the old episode. So okay, here I am coming in with my voice change because I should have been a voice actor. But
you're lazy.
the little girl, shut up. Carly is just like, hey, everybody. And then when she turns to the old man, she's like, hello, sweetie. She's
Well, I couldn't watch the old show.
Watch it. It's funny. Like if I would put it on a scale, it's like I would say like the old Goosebumps it should be like rated PG, and then like the new Goosebumps like PG-13, maybe TV-16 or whatever the hell that was back in the day. You remember when it was TV-16?
TV-14.
Oh, TV-14, correct. So PG and TV-14. That's how I would rate these two shows. But yeah, anyway, so the Isabella keeps hearing her name being called, and she goes down to the basement and she noticed a mask, and it's actually the mask talking to her. The mask is whispering her name. I'm going to assume that the mask has some kind of power, because if I go anywhere and I see like a porcelain doll mask saying my name, I'm just gonna turn around and exit right out of the room.
It's the worst mask. Like Vega had a better mask than that. And then she puts it on and everyone's all mesmerized, and I'm like, this looks ugly. Like she looks like New York.
When she comes out of the room and it is like, don't you wish your girlfriend was like me?
No, like, it's definitely Jawbreaker. Who.
Exactly. Like everybody, Allison mesmerized, Margot mesmerized, Isaiah mesmerized, Ed Lucas mesmerized, everybody. And I'm like, the mask is cutting off half of your hair, so it looks like you have a receding hairline, like super far back. Like I really wish that the mask was a little bit cuter to give us what we needed for that scene. Like it gives us what we need later on in the episode, but like in the beginning, it's just like, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, and then she had an outfit change that they didn't think we noticed. It's like black Spanx.
Well, no. She had the black Spanx on, then she had the Red Riding Hood cape over it that her brother told her.
Maybe it's because she took the Red Riding Hood cape off. Maybe that's what it was. It looked different. She definitely went from Fern Mayo to Violet.
Correct. Yes, indeed.
And then after that, I guess she just leaves the party, comes home, and then the mask is all like Mardi Gras. It was Mardi Gras. I was like, why?
No. So she gets home and she is trying to she's like, whoo, that was a great evening. And she tries to take the mask off. But my thing is, why would she have walked all the way home? They live in Washington State. Do you know how soggy and damp that mask would have been on in the inside? I don't care if she was on cloud 10. That mask would have been disgusting.
And then those masks, you can't really see it. Like the eye holes on masks like that are not the greatest. So the fact that she was able to even see in it walking home.
Correct. That's why I always hate in movies when like the killer has the mask on and they're just doing like the most crazy stuff. Like, come on.
Are you trying to make a dig at Scream again?
A scary movie. She takes the mask off and she lays on the bed like, whoa, oh my God, so exhilarating, amazing. And then the camera pans to the side and the mask is literally smiling. Like,
it was terrible. Like Mardi Gras. I say Mardi Gras because the blanket she had was green and purple.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, the little blanket is green and purple. So I'm like, were they trying to do a Mardi Gras thing? Like, what?
Maybe somebody that works there. Maybe they filmed this during Mardi Gras. Maybe it was filmed in New Orleans, or it might have been filmed in merry old London, as Isaiah will tell you. Ever since he told me about Don't, I am sitting there and I'm watching him. Like every time he comes on camera, I'm like, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you. And he breaks this episode as well. So I can't wait to watch the next episode to see if he breaks again. I love it. It's amazing.
It's okay, Zach Morris. We believe in you. It's just
Oh,
Damson Idris would not be impressed.
Or Idris Elba.
Who anyway?
Black British actors in America.
We skip and we're back at Isaiah, who's all broken and depressed.
Mm-hmm.
I did make a note. One thing that's really getting me to like this series is that they keep going back to Halloween night, because we noticed that James is missing. Like he's calling James. James isn't answering. He's like, hey, call me back. And I just thought that was, I love that like there's like a mystery to what exactly happened that night. So that I'm really liking this series. I just wanted to say that.
They do make up, and he keeps talking about his scholarship, but like I just thought, but since he's like really dumb, as showcased in the first episode, why doesn't he just stay back a year, let his arm heal, enter into the 12th grade a year, so that way the scouts will be able to see him.
And see, maybe you know more about football than me. I didn't know you could do that.
Well, I mean, if he's hurt and he can't like do stuff, that might work. No. I mean, like he's hurt. Like he can say that he can't come to school. He's like depressed, or any kind of thing like that. I'm pretty sure if you have any kind of medical excuse, you can take a year off of school. And why couldn't he just come back better than ever? I mean, they do it in college. Obviously, you don't leave college, but if you're already there and you get hurt, you go to take a year off of football, but you're still going to be, enrolled in football, quote unquote.
Don't tell me Carver can just cut class because she broke her leg in 3 places. Hello, get a wheelchair.
Correct. But no, Isaiah wants to stay home because he's a dum-dum.
Yeah, everybody brought him baked goods. I love that they had to showcase his popularity that way.
Oh, wait. This is where he broke. He said...
Did he really?
It's like putting avocado in a BLT.
Avocado.
And I'm like, hold up. Avocado in a BLT is amazing. A blat, please. Any day, give me a blat.
So he says that because Margot comes over and suddenly she believes him. Even though she did not in the first episode.
Yeah, what was the turnaround for her?
I guess her point was, I saw what happened on the football field. Something's clearly wrong. And then he actually annoyed me more than her in this scene. Because I understand you didn't believe him before, but literally she came around like maybe 7 hours later and like, okay, I believe you. And then he's like, stay away. And I'm like, you are...
We need this. We need this to prolong the runtime.
I guess so, but don't do that, paraplegic. Don't sit up there and reject the help that you needed. I just feel like it's an ongoing mystery, and he needs as much help as he can get because nobody else believes him.
I mean, there's one person, but for some reason we can't get to her.
Stop.
Hello. And then we skip back to Isabella and the mask, and Isabella's getting ready to leave. It's like a really quick, I swear it was like maybe 15 seconds. Isabella's grabbing her book bag, getting ready to leave the house to go to school, and the mask says, Isabella. And she turns around, picks up the mask, and goes to school. I was like, oh, shoot, what is she about to get into? And then we skip around a lot during this episode. Like, my notes are all over the place. So next we see Nathan, who's waking up from that possession that happened in the last episode. So he's waking up like he's Bambi, newborn deer. He can't walk, can't talk. For some reason, he's just really confused. And he looks at his phone. He's like, oh my God, it's Monday. He grabs all his stuff and heads out the door, I guess, to go to work. I guess he's been asleep the whole weekend, because I'm going to assume that the kids' party was on Thursday and he got possessed Friday night, and now it's Monday.
Yeah, the time frame, it's jumping around a lot, because that would mean, because he wasn't even there for the Friday night game then. Yeah, you're right. Because that's when the football game happened. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I think that would have happened that night. So after Biddle went and possessed Isaiah, he came in and got Nathan.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming. So it's like he and Biddle are fighting for control of his body, and he makes it up to the campus and he runs into school and he just keeps, every time he turns the corner, he's like busting his ass and falling. And people are like, what the hell is going on? Is he drunk? I would definitely think he was drunk. And he runs into the bathroom, which, why was that bathroom so disgusting? I do not remember. My high school bathrooms were not that nasty. Are boys' bathrooms like that?
Yeah, they were only bathroom when we made them. Like, people pee on the floor to be funny. I mean, it's like, to be mean to the janitor.
So rude. So nasty. So rude. He's in the bathroom and he sees Biddle in the mirror, and the Biddle spirit asks Nathan to help him find him. So I'm sitting here like, who is he? Who is he looking for? Like, I really want to know who Biddle is looking for and why we are, like, what is going on? Like, you can appear everywhere. You can appear at a football game. You can appear in the hallway. You can appear at the house, in the woods, but you can't find whoever you're looking for? What, your powers must be as strong as the leprechauns.
Oh, mother, I knew you were going to bring him in here at one point. Maybe the person he's looking for is not in the town. Maybe his power is limited to the town. That's the only thing I can think of, because you're right. Why do you need a physical body to find this one specific person?
But then again, how can it be limited to the town? Nathan does not leave the town.
Ma'am, this is only the second episode.
Oh, sorry.
That's all I got.
All right, so then after that, we're still back at the school where Isabella is using a drone to record football practice. Like, are you going for the student Pulitzer like Jared Leto in Urban Legend? What are you doing with this drone?
Oh my God. Yeah, a $3,000, was it $3,000 or $5,000? $3,000 drone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Isaiah's like, hey, Susan, I need the footage from last night's game. And she's like, okay, I'll acknowledge you even though you got my name wrong. And she takes him to the, what do you call that? What is it? Cerebro. And, what you said. And she takes him in there and he just keeps calling her Susan. And she's like, look, here's the stuff you wanted, but my name is Isabella, Isaac.
She should have said, and you know that my name is not Susan. Oh, was that too old?
My name is Susan, and Gucci think I love him. And,
she should have, but she didn't. She's not as bold. Yeah, so she leaves him with the letting him replay the worst moment of his 17-year-old life over and over again, and she hears like some commotion outside, and oh shoot, here we go. It's Daredevil Lucas messing with her drone.
This made me mad because, like, Lucas, what is your personality? Like, who just grabs a drone and like?
I have something to follow up a little later in this podcast, but yeah. So the drone is floating up in the air. He jumps on the drone and grabs onto it while he falls on the ground. And then when they go in, he falls on his back, so the back of his head. And then when they meet back up in the office with the guidance counselor, the ice pack is on the front of his head. I was like, how did that happen?
The drone scraped his head like from the front.
Yes. So then we meet up with Isabella and Lucas and Colin, who is the guidance officer. So then we meet up with Isabella and Lucas in the office of Colin, who is the guidance counselor. And they try to make out some kind of arrangements for Lucas to pay Isabella $5 a week to pay back her $3,000 drone. Like, what is that, 18 years? Like, I'm gonna pull up my calculator. So there's 52 weeks in a year. So, oh my God. 52 times 5 is $260 divided by 3,000 is almost 10 years.
He can go straight to hell. What the?
I don't think it's 10 years. Hold on, let me see.
They're literally establishing that his character is the dumb daredevil, which is weird because we don't need that many dumb characters. I promise you, Hulu. I promise you.
$5 a week for the next 18 years or so. And at first, Isabella's like, all right, I just want to get out of here. I just want to get away from here because I know I'm going to have to deal with my mom. I know I have to deal with my little brother. They both going to go off on me. Isabella reaches for her bag and the mask says, don't let them get away with it or whatever. So Isabella turns into Electra Abundance and fries Colin and
Oh
Lucas.
my God. She she did read him for filth. Like that part was very good because you can tell he broke a little bit. And when I say broke, like I mean like she shattered his like when she called him weak, like he felt that. I don't
Yep.
think Lucas really cared as much. But yeah, she laid into them like, ugh, that was a good moment. That was I wish that really explained the power of the mask.
Right. But then I want a mask that can help me read folks because when I get mad, I'll either start crying or I'll just be ready to start fighting. And then like 2 days later, I'm like, oh, I should have said this. That would have been good.
A Scorpio, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. So after that fry session, Isabella grabs her stuff and she runs out of the office because she goes back into her weak mode, as we would call it. Her just too scared to do anything, too scared to stand up for herself. And then we skip over to Isaiah, who's going into the locker room looking for the camera, which is not there. And he runs into Nathan, which is so very awkward in this locker room with the ref gear blowing a whistle. I was like, wait a minute, I am so uncomfortable right now. I don't like this at all.
It was icky tension. Icky tension.
Yes, he looked like he was just about to do something so foul.
Yeah. And he makes us he makes a slip up because he's like, hey, didn't your dad play football? It's like, how the hell do you know? You're new here.
Right. It's not like my dad is like the big man on campus that everybody strives to be. We didn't get that from this.
Yeah. We didn't retire his jersey.
Correct. All right. Then we skip to the most grimy part of the episode with these two cheating ass parents.
I'm so glad you brought this up because I was like, this was awkward to me because so Colin goes over to Nora's and she's like, oh, I thought you were going to cancel tonight. And he's like, no. And then like they're talking about Lucas and how he broke the drone. And that's when we learned that Lucas's dad like recently passed, which I guess is what we're supposed to have sympathy for him. And then like they get interrupted by this wench. What was she? The babysitter, the town babysitter, and she's like I'm like, your daughter is very old. Why are you still talking to me? She's like, hey, I'm the babysitter, and I was just wondering, like, what did she even ask?
I don't even remember what she said. I was just
she just annoyed me, like.
All right, get your scones and get out of here.
Because what did she even get? Like, Nora's the only person who works there, correct? So who was she buying anything from? She just walks in and interrupts her moment and then walks out. Like,
because Nora did not get up.
Exactly. So it was just very awkward and basically let us like, oh, that's what it was. She's like, hey, how's your wife? Very much so me.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, she's out of town. My wife? Yeah, she's out of town. Yeah, she's out of town. Oh, yeah. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, tell her I said hello. I'll let her know I saw you up in here with this wench. That was the whole point of her, was just coming in to say.
So they're both wenches?
Well, it's crazy because, like, no, they shouldn't be cheating, but also don't ruin my moment. I don't know.
Exactly. And then, so after we leave that scene, Nathan then shows up at Nora's breakfast boutique being a straight weirdo. Like, Biddle, you have possessed this body. You were once a freaking human being. Get it together. Like, why are you acting like you were a dog and you are a dog and now you're in a human's body? What are you doing?
100 Ds for Eddie McDowell.
Correct. Like,
first he orders an egg sandwich, and it was weird enough. He's like, I'm Nathan, and like, yeah, my son likes you, blah, blah, blah. I hear you're living in the whole Biddle house. And she's all shocked. Well, no, she doesn't say that. She actually says, where are you living? And he's like, the old Biddle house. And then she's like, noticeably like shocked, but she keeps it together. And then that's when he's like, yeah, kids can be so cruel. And she's like, the fuck do you mean by that? You are new here, sir. It's like he's, I get slip ups, but I mean, come on now. And he's like, well, everyone forgot about him. And she's like, not everyone. And so I guess that's when he decides not to kill her, because I don't understand the point of him going here, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Remember the part where she turns around and she's like, you can't be back here. And he's like, says who?
Yeah, and then he grabs, what did he grab? Like, oh, some cocoa. I'm like, sir, what are you doing? Like,
you ain't paid for that? Swing it. And then we have Nora again. Yo, this was the Nora segment, mind you. So Nora stops by Isaiah's house, Ben's house, and she sees Isaiah outside, and she's like, "Hey, Isaiah, I really would like to talk to you." But here comes Ben's big ass around the corner, and he just debo's and like, "Isaiah, gone in the house," and Isaiah's like, "Okay," and he tells Nora to get out of here with her crazy talk. Crazy talk about Bill. We're not gonna have that crazy talk in my house. And then he walks inside, and then here comes Margot out of nowhere. I'm like, y'all just be walking around in the dead of night like this? Who does that? It's so weird. Like, I guess just damp Washington State. I don't know. But she ends up talking to Margot and giving a picture of Biddle to Margot to show to Isaiah to see if he recognizes the person, but she does not tell him who the person is. She just said, see if he recognizes him. Like, why are we being so vague? And like, why can't she just pick up the phone and call Isaiah's cell phone? Like, Lucas might have it. Her son might have the phone number.
Maybe it's I don't know. Because I was going to say maybe it's the whole adult child thing, but she just ran up on him while he was taking out the trash. So I don't know. Yeah, it's very creepy for no reason. Like, it could be like all so simple. Like, hey, Isaiah, let me chat with you real quick. Like, I don't know. I gave you crackers in the first episode, wanted to make up for it. I don't know.
So this is the part that I wanted to get back on. So we're now back at Isabel's house, and her brother is like, hey, I have evidence of what happened to Dad's drone. He shows her a video of Lucas. So Lucas is on the bleachers, the video, and then he jumps on the drone, and then there's actual drone footage of him hitting the ground. So who sent him the drone footage?
I would like to now petition Tiffy and I to be on a production team. Hulu, if you are listening, we would like to be on your production team because we will catch things like this. Hours of editing, I expect someone to have caught this. I don't know.
She was there when it happened, so he would have never touched the drone again after he hit the ground. She would have grabbed it from him. See, we catching it every
another
time.
Student under the drone. I don't know, with their phone. I can't explain production. I cannot do that. But I do know what you're talking about.
Yes, I watched it. I was like, wait. I don't know. But then, so Margot shows Isaiah the picture, and they come to the conclusion that it's Biddle, because Isaiah says, this is who I saw. This was the referee at the game, the fire game that I attended Friday night.
Remember, Margot is the smart one, so she did research. She didn't just come to him with a picture. She did research.
She did a Google on this space and said, oh, Biddle. And then she went to Isaiah and said, hey, do you know this person? He's like, yeah, it's the referee. She's like, oh, no, baby. This is Harold Biddle. And then they're like, okay, well, we got to rush over to Nora's shop. We got to chat with her because what the heck is going on? Why is she giving this picture without any context?
Before we meet Isabella's mom, who's like, I don't want to say it's kind of stereotypical, but she's a hard ass. She's like, you know what? You broke that drone. You pay for that drone. And apparently Isabella's dad is never around. Maybe he's a businessman.
Oh, yes.
He's a businessman. That leads her to be grounded. So she's grounded. And so her phone and her laptop are taken and locked in a drawer. And so after Alan shows her the video of Lucas wrecking the drone and they put it on, what is it supposed to be? TikTok? I didn't understand. What was the app that they were on? Anyhow, Instatalk. And that's when she's like, I'll take care of this. So she takes the mask and heads over to Nora's as well. And then now we catch up with the scary part.
Lucas outside. Not really. So you see Lucas outside skateboarding and he sees a figure when he really should be going to find a damn job to pay Isabella back while he out skateboarding trying to do tricks and he's like terrible on his skateboard. We see a figure in the corner. All of us are going to assume that it's Biddle. We think it's Biddle, but no, it's the masked crusader, i.e. Isabella.
The masked tuxedo.
Oh, that was a good one too. And she starts to kick his ass.
Like, she rolls up with that skateboard, breaks it, and starts beating it with. I was like, this is awesome. Like,
rightfully so. And the mask actually warps and encases her whole head, and it doesn't look like this porcelain face anymore. It starts to look kind of like a goblin. And
or a troll, wink wink.
Oh, Correct. Whatever you want to call. Since she's a troll.
It
Oh
turned her into the
my
troll. Yeah.
God.
Yes. We'll get to the when we get to the end of the episode, there were some whispers that explain that. I had to turn on closed captions like you because I was like, what is he saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. You want to do a podcast, you got to turn the closed captions on, baby. So while Isaiah is, and I'm sorry, excuse me, while Isabella is whooping ass, here comes the British heartthrob to save the day. I was like,
the paraplegic holding an oar, managing to beat her off of Lucas. I was like, so is your arm hurt or not, sir? Because he's been holding that arm all episode, and all of a sudden now he can defend people.
Adrenaline. One shot of adrenaline. It's the only thing I can think of. And then like they knock off the masked crusader, the masked tuxedo, whoever you will. Jim carries the mask, and they Isabella ends up running away, and then Isaiah, Margot, and Lucas are all like, "Oh my god!" Boom. Then we skip back to Isabella's house while her mom is getting ready to go to work, and she hears like creepy noises around, and then it's just Alan coming in asking for a fruit snack, and the mom's like, "Oh no, that's all sugar. Have this apple," which literally is all sugar as well. But okay.
Oh.
I was just sitting there like that's still sugar. Like if you would have gave him a piece of celery, okay. But this is
to anyone listening, doctors do confirm that an apple day does keep the doctor away. Apples do have ingredients that do help with anti-aging. I just want to say that.
And it's also sugar.
I just want our HelloFresh sponsor, that's all.
So anywho, the mom ends up leaving, going to work, because she knows Isabella is supposed to be on her way back home. And Alan is sitting in his room, I guess, reading or something. Was he watching TV? Reading or watching TV, just relaxing. He hears like these noises coming from downstairs. So he takes himself downstairs and he sees this figure in the living room wrecking shop. So my question is, what was Isabella looking for?
I'm guessing she was looking for her phone and her laptop, but the drawer was open. So, we know from what you're about to say in a few minutes that she had her phone and her laptop. Mm-hmm. So what she was looking for at that moment, no clue. I'm guessing she was just pissed at her mom and just wanted to fuck shit up.
It was very odd. So the little brother, when I was younger and growing up, I was always told to call 911.
I thought that's what he was gonna do.
He calls Isabella, and the phone starts ringing in the back pocket. What surprised me is that the troll did not turn around and grab the phone and say hello. I was waiting for it. Oh my God, I wanted it so bad.
I would have fallen to the floor, and you would have not been able to find me for days if that had.
As long as I find you on Sundays at 7. He notices, he's like, oh shoot, this person has Isabella's phone. So he runs outside to, I guess, what is their childhood playhouse?
It was like a treehouse cabin. Very nice.
He runs to a cabin in the woods. And he goes and hides. And at this point, the mask has overtaken Isabella. And it's very animalistic. So it's growling, it's scratching at things. It's not human at this point. And we got to teach the little brother to fight. Because he just sits there and he pleads with it. And he's like, Isabella, I know that's not you. No, Isabella, I know you're in there. Isabella, I know you're in there. Come out. And Isabella starts to fight back with the mask. And she ends up overtaking the mask and being able to take it off. And she throws it to the ground.
And that's when the mask is like, you're meant to be a troll. You're meant to be a troll. This is what you wanted, whore.
That's what the mask said?
He didn't say whore, but he definitely said, you're meant to be a troll. You're meant to be a troll. Don't do it.
Oh my God. See, I definitely had to turn my closed caption it on.
Yeah, it was a little creepy.
How are we supposed to catch that if we don't have closed? See, I don't like that. Put your on. I mean, that was like, it was pretty creepy how she was looking. She was scaring the heck out of the brother. That was pretty, it gave me a couple goosebumps.
Yeah, she had blood on her face. I was like, ew, this goo.
It was a lot going on. And then the following day, Isabella and Alan go to the lake to dispose of the mask. Like,
It was
why
more of a
didn't you burn it?
bog, more of a swamp.
Why didn't you burn it? Why didn't you break it? Like, I would have been stomping that mask. Like, we just gonna throw it in water so somebody else can just pick it up intact?
And then they come up with this story like, oh, a bear came in the yard, and that's what caused all the destruction. Note that for in a few minutes.
After they throw the mask into the water, they tell it to go to hell, rot in hell, burn in hell, and they leave. Here comes Nathan from behind a tree. And he slinks out of the woods and stares into the water to possibly retrieve the mask, but we don't know because it cuts to another scene.
Where Isabella and her mom are heading over to this very nice house where apparently Isabella admitted to wrecking the house. Because I was like, well, what was the point of coming up with the excuse if you were just going to say you did it? That's what threw me. I'm like, so are we just putting in dialogue in the episodes just for dialogue?
And why would she take Isabella anywhere? Isabella should be at home cleaning.
Yeah, but her point, her justification is, I can't trust you, so you have to come everywhere with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
So they head over to this beautiful rich house, who we discover is James's house, and his mom answers the door. And she's very like, why the hell's your daughter here? James, take it to the game room. And they go to this super awesome game room that I definitely want. And while they're in the game room, the adults are outside talking. And they're talking about how crazy Nora is. And we get a lot of exposition here because apparently Nora almost got locked up in a mental institution before because she was saying stuff like this. It was very vague, but it was very like, little droplets here. And then they like threaten to take her son away if she doesn't stop talking about it. She's like, guys, he's back. He knows what we did. He's back. And they're like, yeah. And you know what else is going to be back? You in that mental institution and your son without a mom. I'm like, oh my God. How?
Yeah, it was really crazy. And they just sit there and they continue to call Nora crazy when obviously she's the smartest. Like, I really feel like Nora was Julie James in this scenario. She wanted to call the cops, but Ben wanted to take it to the grave like Barry.
So I did speak to a lawyer at my job about this because that's what we do at my job. And she did say that they would be liable. Everyone in the car would be liable for, not killing him, but harming Ben Willis, the alcohol on the car, and just the fact that, I mean, it was just a bad situation all around. So they would have gone to jail, not forever, obviously, but they would have probably had to do time. They probably weren't able to plead out. Honestly, if they had a good ADA, they would have been able to get a plea deal, maybe do probation. Moral of the story is, if you hit someone with your car, make sure he's dead before you dump him in the ocean.
Correct. Dumbasses. Then we want to have a sequel in, where were they at? Bahamas.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, Brandy, I love you.
She doesn't deserve her final girl ring.
What is Carla? Brazil? It is not Rio de Janeiro.
Brasilia.
Is he alive? I hope he's alive.
I don't know. I don't remember his real name. Anyway, let's finish this episode. So we're almost done, like literally almost done. So we then see Isabella and James playing pool in this amazing game room that Pierre wants in his life, needs in his life. And they're chatting about how the parents are, insane at this point. That they just don't have good parents. And I agree with them as well. And I don't know if you want to tell this part. I feel like you should tell the next part.
And so, they're playing pool, which I can't play. And so, Isabella goes, she's, making her move, and apparently she can't play either because she hits the ball and it hits James and he explodes like he's on Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards into this green goo. If I wasn't sold with the show before, I was sold at that moment because I was like, what the hell? Like, that's literally the reaction you have. And then we get the moment from Isabella in the episode.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it was very shocking because you did not expect it for somebody to just sit there and be talking in mid-sentence, knock a pool cue and hit somebody in the head with it. You expected it to just hit his head and bounce off, and he just
And I was
exploded.
like, literally, it was definitely Kids Choice Awards, like the slime.
Yeah,
Like I was like, what the that sold me. That
yeah,
that
it was
sold me.
the that was the WTF. So like I will say until that part, this episode definitely was not as good as the first episode. I think the whole haunted mask, it had its moments, but I think if this was the first episode that we saw and it didn't have the part where James exploded, I don't know if I would have continued watching because I was kind of bored with it. Um, for the most part, except for like when she turned into Elektra. And
I think if we had had more moments like that, I feel like she didn't really like she went from like, reading people to like instantly turning into the troll. I think if they had done it to where it's like, she's being, she's speaking her mind more, she's going off on
mhm.
Alice and she's going off on all these other students who usually typically ignore her. Then she went to the troll. It would have made it more like, I don't know, the stakes would have been higher or something like that. It's just like she read, she went troll. I think it was very rushed. I think that's what I'm
Right, like
feeling.
yeah, we didn't really get to know Isabella as a character as much as we got to know like Isaiah in the first episode, since he was the main focus of the first episode and she was the main focus of the second episode.
Right. Yeah. They were just like, don't focus on her. Focus on. So, how would you rate this episode?
So for this one, I'm gonna give it 7 goosebumps out of 10. Like it like we said, it had its moments. And that last part just was like, I think that pushed mine from a 6 to a 7, just that last part, because I'm like, what? How can she recover from this? What are we gonna do next?
Yeah. I give it a 6.5 just because there were just a lot of pieces dropped in for exposition, but there was no oh, I thought you were gonna cancel tonight. Like there was just a lot of drops, but nothing that actually we got no conclusion from it all. Like even when
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah saved Lucas, and like we didn't see them. Like we didn't see them until we didn't see them for the rest of the episode actually.
Heavy
Um,
breathing, cut screen.
yeah, and so but the thing that has me coming back is because I feel like we're going to keep returning to Halloween night and seeing what happened with people because obviously something happened with James.
Oh,
Because he's
well,
been missing and then we see him and then the goo. Um, because all like even in the first episode, we just know that he made out with the guy that he was crushing on, but we didn't see
mhm.
like so I'm really interested on what happened with James. So I really want to watch the next episode right after this.
All right, guys. So that is going to end episode 2 of Goosebumps, which was called The Haunted Mask. And we are going to continue with episode 3, which is called The Cuckoo Clock of Doom. I definitely recommend you go and watch The Cuckoo Clock of Doom from the original Goosebumps series before you check it out with us. And that can be found on Netflix. And it has all the episodes on there. Yeah, so we will see you guys next week. So this is Tiffany signing off. You guys have a good one.
And this is Pierre signing off. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello
Bye.
Fresh. Hope you're listening. Bye.
Bye.